inaasam, kasipagan ng sabot, salat ka man sa kayamanan. Buksan ang pahina ng mga aklat ng karunungan, edukasyon ating kailangan, kamamangan ating iwanan. Peace! Ating lilipanin, ating papawin, ating tanawin, batong pag-asa ay muling tatanawin. Kinabukasan pag-ibayin, pilitin mo gawin, puspos ang pagsisika, pag-asa ay yakapin, edukasyon ang kayamanan ng kahit ninuman, isang pangarap ang tutupad, pagsisikapan ng lahat. Puspos ang pagsisika, kaya mo yun, kaibigan, mabubuo isang pangarap.
The COVID-19 pandemic has brought unprecedented changes to our usual ways of living. But the Department of Education remains unfazed by these challenges to fulfill the mission of Sulong Edu Kalidad, the rallying call for national effort to deliver quality basic education to all Filipinos, which involve aggressive reforms in the 4 key areas: the K-12 curriculum review and update, improving the learning environment, teachers upskilling and reskilling, and engagement of stakeholders for support and collaboration to move forward together as we prepare the education system for the future. The call for Sulong Edu Kalidad will continue, and we have built the framework of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, or the BELCP, to put the needs of the learners at top priority. DepEd's BELCP is the major response and commitment to protect the health, safety, and well-being of learners, teachers, and personnel. The plan aims to provide opportunities to continue education even in these trying times with a BELCP in place, supported by unprecedented number of diverse stakeholders from the academe, media, industry groups, NGOs, business and private individuals. Sulong Edu Kalidad will be able to sustain the aims in its reform for quality basic education. In our journey towards quality education, we have established the 4 pillars of aggressive reforms from the start, and we have been continuing to progress in these pillars. In improving the learning environment, we took action in the construction and rehabilitation of school buildings, ensured the availability of learning materials and equipment, and prioritized our last mile schools. The challenges of the pandemic also brought to light the urgent need to upgrade our ICT infrastructure to service the needs of education. In terms of the teachers upskilling and reskilling, we were able to establish more innovative professional standards for teachers and school heads. We have aligned the professional development of teachers with their career progression to track their development as part of the National Educators Academy of the Philippines transformation. With the launch of the Education Futures program, where we will be focusing on innovative actions and solutions to improve the state of our education, we are now more than ready to start a new journey and continue our fight for quality education for all Filipino learners. Finally, we've given high importance to the engagement of stakeholders for support and collaboration. In support of this, we have convened the Philippine Forum for Accessible Quality Basic Education, or the Education Forum, which leverage other partnerships for education quality and strengthen partnership with the Philippine Normal University as the country's national center for teacher education. The department has also been developing a professional development program for teachers and school leaders in order to equip them with the skills, materials, and data that will allow them to help their students prepare for PISA 2022. This intervention consists of the following components: online training for teachers and school leaders, development of learning materials and practice tests for students, deepening the analysis of the PISA 2018 results, and supporting school-level action research. Now that the year is about to end, our commitment to Sulong Edukalidad will continue and will be far from being gone. With a lot at stake, considering our new knowledge and experience from this year's challenges, we are equipped to face a new future. As we head on to the future where we will face many challenges and uncertainties, the department will always be the guardian of every Filipino learner's right to education.
Welcome to the month of December, the month of joy, happiness, and the month to finish what you have started for the year. And we are so blessed that we are nearing to the end of the year and we are still given the chance to learn and grow in our profession as we continuously support and watch all the exclusive episodes only here on DepEd Teaches. So welcome to the 46th episode in which this is a continuation of the theme, teaching and learning in the new normal, regional strategies and initiatives across all learning areas. And shout out to all our avid viewers tuning in right now on DepEd Philippines Facebook page, DepEd Tayo, and DepEd YouTube channel. So good afternoon to you, Ma'am Ana. How are you so far and what's in store for us today?
Pleasant afternoon, everyone. Hello, Sir July. So last month, we started talking about the regional strategies and initiatives in different major academic learning areas. So we talk about math, science, English, Filipino, ESP, and social studies. Today, we will talk about another equally important subjects, none other than MAPE and TLE. You know, Sir July, one of the challenges I imagine if you are teaching MAPE during this remote distance learning is how to record and document the performance tasks of our learners, especially those who do not have access to internet connectivity. Because as we all know in MAPE, it is not just the usual paper-based assessment. It requires demonstrations and showmanship. And more importantly, how are the students receiving feedback so they can execute and demonstrate the target skills and competencies properly. The fact that MAPE involves a lot of expression, movement, and creativity, so just imagine the difficulties experienced by our teachers in teaching MAPE in the new normal.
Same thoughts also, Ma'am Anna. And I wonder how our EPP and TLE teachers are able to provide reinforcements in the instruction and in the where they conduct performance-based assessments during this time. And as we all know, TLE is a very practical subject and it is usually laboratory-based learning that requires learners to manipulate tools and technologies and to produce concrete outputs. So again, this is another blocker and produce concrete blocker that we've experienced since last year. But nonetheless, there are ways and solutions to every problem. And this reminds me of the adage that we cannot solve problems with the same thing we used when we created them, popularized by Albert Einstein.
Absolutely right, Sir July. Hence, we've seen innovations and unique strategies on how to teach practical subjects like MAPE and TLE in remote distance learning. Like first and foremost, of course, we encourage our teachers to do or to promote blended learning, where we don't just limit our students in pure modular-based instruction, but we also encourage them to use television, radio-based, and online distance learning if possible. So that's one way to address the problem.
And also, Ma'am Ana, another solution is the use of the weekly home learning plan or the WHLP that details the tasks and assessments not just found in the module, but other alternative learning tasks that learner can do at home with the supervision of their family members or learning facilitators. And now, these are just some of the ways that help us in teaching various academic subjects in remote distance learning. But I'm sure our resource speaker today from the field will share with us more interesting and unique solutions that they have come up in teaching MAPEH, TLE, or EPP in the new normal.
Sounds exciting, Sir July. I know many of our viewers are excited to learn and discover the regional strategies of Region 6 in teaching MAPEH and TLE. But before we delve deeper into this matter, let us first do some quick assessment to check prior knowledge. So, Sir July, could you share to us or explain to us the mechanics?
Okay, so Ma'am Ana, as always, we will ask 4 questions to our viewers and they have to guess the correct strategy or approach. Choose the letter of the best answer. In other words, this is going to be multiple choice type of activity. Our dear viewers just need to identify the strategy being described and type in the letter of the best answer in the live streaming page comment section. So for every question, we are giving them 30 seconds. Okay, so I hope these instructions are clear to everyone. And I guess we are ready now. So Ma'am Ana, let's do this.
All right, so let us show our first question, please. Let me read the question. This is a kind of learning that takes place in a space where students can observe, practice, and experiment with objects, materials, phenomena, and ideas individually or in groups. The primary aim is to develop the practical competence often within their area of specialization. Is it A, constructivist approach, B, inquiry-based learning, C, laboratory-based learning, or D, problem-based learning? You have 30 seconds to guess the correct answer. Okay, so let's reveal to our viewers the correct answer. I guess you're able to figure it out, this one. So the correct answer is C, laboratory-based learning. In this approach or in this kind of learning, it takes place in a space where students can observe, practice, and experiment with objects, materials, phenomena, and ideas either individually or in groups. But keep in mind, this kind of learning is not just confined within the physical laboratory space, but it can also occur in various forms of space, such as the e-learning management system and computer-simulated virtual laboratories. Within the laboratory, learning may occur in many ways, often like through observing a case or phenomena, performing hands-on practical trainings, or conducting experiments. The primary aim of arranging laboratory learning for students is to develop the practical competence often within the area of specialization like in TLE. And laboratory learning provides opportunities for students to relate and reinforce the theoretical concepts they learned in class or like in module.
So certainly true, Ma'am Ana, especially in our present context. We are not anymore limited with the term lab activities that are conducted only in the laboratory room, which once we were familiar with during the face-to-face instruction. So laboratory or laboratory-based learning can include now the virtual space, computer-aided, and simulations applications that let our learners experience things virtually. And this is being used now in not just in TLE or MAPE, but as well as in science and even in math subject. All right, so I think we can now proceed with our second item. Here's now our question. This is a teaching method in which students learn by actively engaging in real-world and personally meaningful projects. Again, this is a teaching method which students learn by active engaging in real-world and personally meaningful projects. Is it A, action learning, B, direct instruction, C, personalized learning, or letter D, project-based learning? So dear viewers, 30 seconds, start now. All right, I think times is up. So let's reveal the answer now to this question. And the strategy or teaching method we are looking here is letter D, the project-based learning. And we know project-based learning or PBL is a dynamic classroom approach in which students actively explore real-world problems and challenges and acquire a deeper knowledge. And PBL is an ongoing act of learning about different subjects simultaneously. And this is achieved by guiding students to identify through research a real-world problem. It could be local or global in nature, developing its solution using evidences to support the claim, and presenting solutions through a multimedia approach based in the 21st century school. And kids show what they have learned as they journey through the unit by interacting with its lesson, collaborate with each other, and assess themselves and each other. So they don't just take the test to produce a product at the end, just to show their learning.
Sounds wonderful. You know, project-based learning, we are all familiar with this, Sir July. I remember the good old days where our teachers would ask us to do and work on different projects. And sometimes even our parents were so involved into our work. But as we study closely this kind of approach, it is more than just submission of output, just like what you've explained, but there is a complex process involved, like the phases and the stages of developing the product, in solving real-life problems, or dealing with authentic cases, which makes the PBL more exciting. So for our third question, let us show the third question. This can be defined as learning by doing and participating in a hands-on experience with a particular focus on character growth, teamwork, reflection, and literacy. Is it A, differentiated instruction, B, expeditionary learning, C, kinesthetic learning, or D, flipped learning? You have 30 seconds to guess the correct answer. Feel free to share it in our live stream comment section. Okay, so let's find out. I see a lot of mixed responses in our live stream comment section. So for the correct answer, this is letter B, expeditionary learning. You know, they say that expeditionary learning allows children to take education into their own hands. Literally, like students may participate in field work, learning expeditions like field trips, projects, or case studies to be able to apply the knowledge learned in classroom to the real world rather than learning through the virtual world.
So this is a very interesting approach in learning, Ma'am Anna. Also, in expeditionary learning schools, students learn by conducting, as you have said, learning expeditions rather than by sitting in a classroom being taught one subject at a time. As you have mentioned also, expeditionary learning works on developing the character as well as the intellect of the students, making it a holistic learning approach. All right, so let's now proceed with our last item in our activity. So let us show now the card to our viewers. This is a learning approach involves students working together on activities or learning tasks in a group small enough for everyone to participate on a collective task that has been clearly assigned. Again, so this is a learning approach that involves students working together on activities or learning tasks in a group small enough for everyone to participate in a collective task that has been clearly assigned to them. Is it A, collaborative learning, B, integrative approach, C, independent study, or letter D, interactive instruction? So dear viewers, 30 seconds start now. All right, time's up. And I'm seeing a lot of correct answers among our viewers. So let's try to reveal now the answer in this item. So the answer that we are looking for here is letter A, collaborative learning. So a collaborative learning approach involves students working together on activities or learning tasks in a group small enough for everyone to participate on a collective task that has been clearly assigned. And students in the group may work on a separate task, contributing to a common overall outcome, or work together on a shared task. Some collaborative learning approaches put mixed ability teams or groups to work in competition with each other in order to drive more effective collaborations. There is a very wide range of approaches to collaborative or cooperative learning involving different kinds of organization and tasks. Okay, so just a quick recap of the strategies. We have the laboratory-based learning, the project-based learning, expeditionary learning, and the collaborative approach, which are some of the approaches or strategies we use in teaching MAPE and TLE prior the pandemic. And again, these are only examples, and I'm sure each learning area adopts various techniques and methods of teaching. So at this juncture now, let us meet our resource speaker who will shed light on our topic today, teaching and learning in the new normal, regional strategies and initiatives for MAPE and TLE.
It is our honor to present to you our resource speaker, Ms. Lorelee D. Asignacion. She's one of DepEd's national authors of ICT Learning Action Cell activity cards. She's also one of the authors of Energy Education Kits under DepEd and Juan Meralco Foundation. She represented the Philippines in 2017 Microsoft Education Exchange Program in Toronto, Canada. And she was selected as one of the Microsoft Innovative Educator Fellow, Innovative Educator Expert, Master Trainer, and Education Ambassador.
Our resources speaker won the 2016 Negros Island Region Ulirang Guro Award. She is also one of the 2014 national finalists of the Metro Bank Search for Outstanding Teachers. In 2019 and 2017, she received recognition in DepEd Bacolod Praise Award. In 2010 and 2012, she was recognized at DepEd Bacolod Outstanding Teacher. Our resources speaker is a speech writer, trainer, a coach, and a columnist of Negros Daily Bulletin in 2009 to 2018. So let us put our hands together to our esteemed resources speaker, the Division Education Supervisor from the Division of Bacolod City, DepEd Region 6, Western Visayas. Please welcome Ms. Lorelee D. Asignacion.
MAPEH and TLE share the same thing. 4 areas, 4 essentials that deal with life and living. 4 areas laden with so many challenges as the world continues to battle with the new in what used to be normal. However, the undeterred spirit and the will to serve para sa bata at para sa bayan made everyone forge for consistency in advocacies, constant communication that generated strong support and coordination with personnel and stakeholders, hard work and hard work put together to inspire teachers and parents' engagement that enlivened true Christianity and innate Filipino characteristics. As we take steps to take care and take charge of learning delivery, please allow us, ladies and gentlemen, to share what Western Visayas, the home of champions, has initiated to make learning meaningful. TLE, being a learning area that basically embodies life skills, treats even the direst of time as opportunity to demonstrate creativity and resilience. MAPEH has proven that it is more than just swags and sways, as it innovated to move towards the achievement of physical, emotional, and holistic development of learners in order to produce smart achievers in the new generations. The new normal gave birth to so many creative ways and maximized the use of technology, which we now consider the new oil. TLE anchors on technology to promote sustainability, home economics, livelihood, and farming. Tech tutors serve to equip and capacitate teachers on the integration of technology. The upskilling and reskilling of teachers based on their identified needs gave us reasons to reach farther and further so we can continue to assist those in the field, especially in this difficult time. In our desire to pitch our humble contribution in the achievement of Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, we push to promote blended learning opportunities and community activities. which inspired us to work on the themes and weave together the P21 or the 21st Century Skills Framework and the UNESCO Pillars of Education, which spawned project-based learning or PBL and gave realization to integrative and multidisciplinary approaches in the delivery of education. Currently, we already have 16 project-based learning activities crafted by teachers and implemented in the field, and here are some of the examples. These project-based learning activities are our answers to provide academic ease. Each activity targets and integrates other learning area competencies, thereby never shortchanging our learners. Most of all, learning becomes meaningful as our young champions help address sustainable development goals. This is one of the most inspiring part of our job. The reason why we never cease to think and act. Raising individuals with life skills is one main goal of TLE, but such has proven that from ordinary students, there live young heroes and champions. At the height of the pandemic, these two tailoring students from Luis Urbias National High School voluntarily sew more than 2,000 masks, which were distributed to frontliners and barangay health workers. Our students' outputs, the products of the everyday encounters with the curriculum, have produced tangible results, created impressions, and generated earnings which inspired the community, their family, and the rest of their friends as well.
Antique National School is the biggest school in the schools division of Antique. It is located at the capital town of the province, San Jose de Buena Vista. The school is implementing the blended mode of learning. Parents get printed copies of the self-learning modules for their children right from their own barangays, since sectioning of classes are based on places of residence. Vehicles carrying the necessary tools and equipment will be brought to the barangays where the TVL students reside, and the teachers will then facilitate the mobile skills training. The students will be able to hone their skills and do hands-on activities through the Technical and Vocational Livelihood Mobile Laboratory.
Welcome to Dumalag Central National High School, the only technical vocational school in the division of Capiz.
To ensure student safety, modular distance learning is implemented. Hands-on activities, practical exercises, and performance tasks can no longer be done inside school shop laboratories. This posed a great challenge for us DepEd teachers. This calls for creativity and innovation. The Mobile Automotive Servicing Laboratory was designed to provide students of Dumalag Central National High School specializing in automotive servicing with equally effective alternative to school laboratory. The goal of this innovation is to provide utmost development of the students as a total person equipped with the necessary technical vocational skills in automotive servicing that will make them productive and competitive in the world of work.
Last and most important, final checking if all parts, tools and equipment are properly installed and functional. The Mobile Automotive Servicing Laboratory is now ready to operate and serve the students in their homes. Implementation in different barangays. students perform different hands-on practical activities and performance tasks. Perform engine tune-up. And also perform checking and installation of auto-electrical components. Perform checking and installation of vehicle under chassis components.
Regional Director Ramir Bioitico saw to it that the potential of Western Visayas will never go to waste and motivated us to champion the move to combat poverty and promote good health and well-being, thus giving birth to the implementation of farm schools all over the region and the home gardening program that has been cascaded to homes of our learners in all the divisions in the region. To still connect actual learning competencies to the initiatives, schools have designed project-based learning activities that involve collaboration among family and some members of the community. This transforms the home and the locality as laboratories for learning. The tests for each project-based learning activity are aligned to P21 framework or the 21st century skills and the UNESCO pillars of education, with content, process, and value standards identified. The use of rubrics for each learning competency in each integrated learning area are included so that assessments become authentic. Inspired by the Ilonggo and Iligaynon term mapisan, which means industrious, MAPEH has gone beyond the popular sports and dancing. Art provided a therapeutic sense and unleashed the ability of learners to share themselves visually.
In these trying times, teaching MAPEH is a big challenge. Various ways of delivering the most essential competencies were explored, especially the use of ICT. In the senior high school, we offer both modular and blended learning modalities. We use GRASP as an approach to promote academic ease and make the performance task assessments more meaningful. Aside from the synchronous classes conducted through an online meeting platform, recorded asynchronous classes are an option for students who encounter connectivity problems or don't have data during the online class. When students are asked about the impact of MAPEH in their lives, some of them said that
MAPEH has great importance in everyday life. At the very least, music and arts provide an outlet for relaxation. Physical education teaches the importance of keeping the body active and moving.
MAPEH helped me to be confident and accepting my body for being what it is. MAPEH also helped me to achieve the person that I was meant to be. It helped me to be healthy and fit.
One of the strategies to achieve our school's project aura is by utilizing talented MAPEH teachers with artistic ability to make every walls and different areas of the school as their masterpieces.
MAPEH regional initiatives bred talents, creators, and collaborators among teachers. A true manifestation of Filipino bayanihan spirit in the midst of the most trying times that we are currently experiencing.
We, the grade 5 teachers of Sumag Elementary School, District 7, Division of Bacolod City, support the project-based learning innovation, enabling learners to demonstrate their ability or use of knowledge rather than simply knowing the information.
Clearly, it takes a village to raise a child. But for Western Visayas, it takes a whole region to invest in making every child a champion by fielding teachers who inspire, innovate, and empower, to nurture learners who imbibe good values, grit, and responsibility, for education that purposefully develops holistic, collaborative, and global citizens. As we continue to make the most of every activity that shapes the learner's physical, mental, and emotional health and well-being, we keep in our hearts and in our minds that the huge task of nurturing a Filipino champion is on our shoulders. It is always the child, our inspiration to put our best effort, the driving force of every hour we spend at work, the gift God entrusted into our hands. May God bless every meaningful journey we invest in them. Thank you very much, and may God bless us all. From the home of the champions, Western Visayas, mabuhay ang bawat batang kampiyon.
So thank you so much, Ma'am Lorelee Asignacion, for a very meaningful and visually appealing presentation by sharing with us the consolidated, specific, and unique strategies implemented across the schools division of DepEd Region 6 in teaching MAPEH and TLE. And I hope this has inspired our viewers and have helped them to think and reflect on the ways that they can improve their current teaching practices in their respective localities. And so, to our live audience here on DepEd Teaches Facebook page and the rest of our social media platforms, don't forget to share your insights and comments using the hashtag I support DepEd Teaches and hashtag DepEd Teaches episode 46. And you can also share your selfie post while you were listening in today's presentation. And we really love to hear your feedback.
You know, Sir July, I've truly enjoyed the presentation because I've seen a lot of remarkable ideas, unique solutions, and strategies that Region 6 has implemented in teaching MAPEH and TLE. So once again, thank you so much, Ma'am. Lorelee, Asignacion. Since this is the last entry for this theme, regional initiatives across all learning areas, we will have our evaluation today. So the evaluation will be open right after this session, and you can access the link and the QR code until Saturday midnight. For you to receive your certificate of attendance and participation signed none other than by our dear Undersecretary Yusek Justado San Antonio, you should have registered first in the attendance, and you should get at least 75% passing score in the evaluation. Just give us some time to send your certificates. Be patient. Definitely, you will receive your certificates if you have registered and you pass the evaluation. In case you miss some of the episodes or you need some sort of review before taking the evaluation, feel free to watch again our past episodes in our official Facebook page, the DepEd Teaches. Don't forget to follow, like, and share this page to your colleagues.
On behalf of the curriculum and instruction strand, thank you very much for your constant support. And please do keep in mind that innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity and not as a threat. Hence, here on DepEd Teaches, we always offer you new and innovative ideas, for our mission is empowering teachers, enabling learners. A blessed afternoon, everyone.